What's up, y'all? I'm Ron.
I'm Sabrina Shauna,
This is the 6 5 Show.
and we are answering rapid fire questions with your favorite angel baby.
Baby. I am here with singer-songwriter, and I'm pretty sure I heard you rapping one time. Artist extraordinaire, Sabrina Shauna. How you doing today?
Hi. I am doing wonderful because I'm doing an interview with you, and I'm so excited to be doing this.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I appreciate the compliments. You ready to get into some questions?
Yeah, after this moth goes away.
The moth was actually not scheduled for the interview,
Yeah.
so yeah, maybe next week. Maybe next week if
Next week for sure.
they
For
play their
sure.
cards right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hit up the manager for sure.
yeah, the Monthager. Yeah, this is going to be a focus themed episode, appropriately themed, I should
Yeah.
say, to celebrate your new single. But yeah, without further
Okay,
ado, shall we?
let's get into it.
All right. So, in terms of concentration and focus, how do you maintain focus to deliver your best vocal performance and truly try to connect with your audience?
Hmm. I I want to say that like prior to even getting on stage, a lot of things are very like calculated. Like
Mhm.
they're drawn in my head. Like I know I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. But the second I get on stage, I swear to God, I black out. Like I black out completely. And I feel like a lot of artists can relate to that because it's just such a rush to be doing something that you enjoy like so much, and it's something that you've been waiting to do forever, and it's just something that you love altogether. um but yeah, when I get on stage, I feel like it's not so calculated as like checking things off.
Mhm.
It's more intuitive of like, yeah, of course I want to make sure that they're having a great time. Yeah, I want to sing along with them. Yeah, I want to touch their hand, hold their hand, smile with them, laugh with them. And I think it's definitely more instinctive than it is calculated, if that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. It's a vibe. It's a feeling. I
Yeah,
like
for
it.
sure. It's definitely just something that like it happens once you get on stage. I think if once you're thinking too hard, that's when the show goes like downhill.
Yeah. Too
Yeah.
too much thought. Too much thought's not ever a good thing. Sometimes but
Yeah.
overthinking is a thing.
Other things.
Yeah. All right. In terms of productivity, how do you stay productive as an artist? Balancing practice, rehearsals, and other aspects of your musical career.
It definitely takes a lot of discipline for sure to constantly be writing. Even if like the song is gonna suck, it's literally just like practice getting like melodies down, or like just practicing songwriting in general is really, really helpful to create a story. Um, Vocal exercises, like similar to being an athlete. Like I wholeheartedly believe that being a singer like full time is just as difficult as doing drills being a basketball player. Like you
Mm.
put in so much time and effort to be the best, and you always want to hit that note the same way they always want to make that shot. Um, so definitely it takes a lot of discipline. And it's also super helpful to have my manager to like remind me to stay focused on those things. Because not I mean it's also not that hard if it's something you love to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Keyword being focused.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of clarity, how do you define your artistic vision as an artist, and how does it guide your song selection and overall music direction?
Okay, see, I don't know if I could really define myself as an artist,
Mm.
because I think other artists can relate to this. Like we're always changing. We're always
Mm.
we always have different phases that we're going through, different seasons in life that we're going through, and that's going to come out like in our music. Um, so I don't know if there's necessarily like a certain box like any artist can fit into. You see artists that like much bigger, they're always going through different phases too. Um, but I think that's what helps keep your audience engaged, is because they're changing too. Like they're
Yeah.
evolving. And then you find new people that love your music because you're going through this part of your life. And I think like right now, um, with my last single, The Best, that came out 3 weeks after I wrote it. And so like that was a part in my life that I was going through in that moment. And then a month later I put out Focus and it's a completely different vibe. And but that's because I was entering into a new phase of my life where I was much happier. And so this song came out as I was changing and I was evolving. And I think that's why it's really difficult to define me as an artist.
We don't really get to choose those times where life changes or gives you a different vibe either. We just kind of roll with it.
You roll with it and you make music to cope with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Mindfulness is up next. So, how do you incorporate mindfulness techniques or practices really into your singing routine to enhance your vocal control, expression, and just maybe like overall well being?
Mindfulness. I think as an artist, I definitely prioritize my mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that comes first and foremost, like even in my team, like if our mental health isn't doing well, then our end product is not going to be great. Like if we're not at 100%, neither is the end result. The song's going to suck. And so I think being mindful of where we're at mentally is extremely important to me. But also just in general, being mindful is an incredibly important trait, quality to have as a human being. I
Mm-hmm.
think being mindful of the things that you say and the things that you do and how they affect the people around you, your community, and even as small as just like the circle of the people that you love and the people that you care about, being mindful of how your actions affect them is super important because you always want to make sure that they feel loved at the end of the day.
100% agree. 100% agree. Focusing on goals. So, what specific goals do you kind of set for yourself, and how do you stay focused and motivated to maybe achieve that?
Man, goals. One, right now, I definitely want to perform at a music festival. I think that's a
Mm,
huge goal of mine right now, like more like short term thinking. I want to be like performing at Soul Bloom. I want to perform at
okay.
Coachella.
Okay.
Um, but I think more long term world tour is a huge goal. I think right now that's like our ultimate goal. We want to go on tour so freaking bad. And I think I think part of what keeps me so motivated, honestly, to work towards that goal are my fans. I
Mm,
genuinely like I love talking with them online on Instagram. And right now, like Focus is doing so well in South Africa and it's doing really well in the Philippines. And like I want to get there. Like I want to be able to get there, perform that song for them, hang out with them, talk to them, and just like meet them as people. And like even other songs like Hideaway was is still doing really well in France, and freaking Climax is doing well in Brazil. Like I want to get to all these places because people are listening to me there, and I just want to meet them so freaking bad. So that's motivation to meet all these goals.
yeah, Sabrina Shauna on 5 different continents. Okay. I
You
see
feel
you.
me?
I see.
Right?
I see you. I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about attention to detail? Like, how do you ensure that attention to detail in your techniques, maybe like breath control, um,
Mhm.
like your word choice, your vocal dynamics, those things, to really just, you know, be your best you and wherever you're performing, whether it be, creating content or whether it be on your
Yeah,
next world tour.
man, attention to detail. That's a great question because like similar to how like the first question looked like I black out on stage.
Hmm.
At the same time, uh, like when I think about like because I know there's gonna be like a high note somewhere, and
Yeah.
I'll definitely be out of breath at some point, because I'm having so much fun. I'm moving around a lot. I'm singing, like, um, but
Time to time. Yeah.
yeah, a little bit. But I think when I'm engaging with the fans and I'm so present with them, I know that I'm gonna hit this note because they're singing with me, you know? As far as breath control, that's still definitely like something I'm working on. My manager literally has me going to the gym with my trainer and like having me go on the treadmill and like sing songs and do vocal exercises because it's super important to have breath control as a singer.
That'd be some fire content. That'd be some, like, I don't think I've ever seen that. Someone trying to sing as they're on the treadmill.
as they're
Mm.
running, yeah, it's
Yeah.
really freaking hard. So yeah, it's discipline, it's practice, but it's also a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. All right. You ready for some rapid fire questions? Some
Sure.
rapid, more fired questions. So this is hyper tight focus edition. If you think
Okay.
something is hype, that means you think it's kind of a fad, here today, gone tomorrow. If you think something is tight, it means you think it's cool. It means you
Okay.
like it or it's here to stay,
Okay.
longevity wise. All
Okay.
right. Makes sense. All right. We're going to
Mhm.
go rather quickly. We're going to pretend that there's 60 seconds on the clock and we're going to pretend the 60 seconds start right now. Hyper tight. Meditation.
Oh, tight, for
Tight.
sure.
Why?
Yeah. It goes into your mindfulness. It goes into you like calming your anxiety and I don't know, being alone with your thoughts and not being afraid of them, you know? Super, super important. I think meditation is super healthy for everybody.
Okay, super tight. Concentration playlist, hyper tight.
Concentration playlist?
Like maybe you're trying to do something, you're trying to study, you're trying to work out, maybe like you have a
Oh,
certain
yeah,
playlist.
no, tight for sure. I have so many playlists for working out, and I have a playlist for like when I want to hear music, but I don't want to hear music, like just like in the background, super, super quiet, like while I'm
Okay,
something.
a
Yeah.
non-music playlist. Okay, doing work at like coffee shops or cafe, hyper tight.
Um, I want to say tight because I was one of those people.
No judgment, no judgment. Yeah,
Yeah, in college, I was definitely that person to go to Starbucks and Phil's just to do my homework because I needed to get away from my four walls. So
yeah, yeah. No, different environment, different environment. Noise canceling headphones, hyper tight.
tight. Come on.
Do they work? Do they work for you? Do they
Yeah, no,
actually cancel noise?
100%. Yeah, the first time I got my AirPods and I tried out the noise cancellation thing, I was like, I don't have to hear everybody else ever again.
Is it just
Like,
me?
yeah, can I have this like as a feature in my body, please?
I need that. I need
Yeah,
that. Whenever Elon Musk gets that update, I need that.
right.
Journaling, hyper tight.
Tight, for sure.
Okay.
Very similar to meditating. I think it's important to get your thoughts out on paper. Personally, for me, it's really helpful to get all my emotions out of my body and put them on paper and like just throw them out. I don't have to deal with it again until I open up this journal again. Um,
Mm,
it's really helpful for processing a lot of different things. So super tight.
super tight. I'm sensing a theme here. Okay. And last but not least, digital detox retreats, right? Do you ever take some time away from social media or away from the internet or whatever?
Are you trying to like call me out or something?
I'm not. It's a general theme. I don't. It's not personal, but
Yeah.
regardless of the focused intent.
I think it's tight. I think it's
Okay.
really fair for people to want to get away from other people's opinions, especially when you are sharing your life so publicly. You invite people to have an opinion about everything that you do. And so it's totally fair for people to want to get away from those opinions. And I think it's really healthy for your mental health to take digital detoxes, social media detoxes. I used to do them all the time. I don't do them as much just because I think I'm in a healthier place mentally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're healthy. So tight.
Tight, tight. We were talking earlier. Some people are still on their digital detox retreats from August of 2021. So shout out to those people.
I don't know if that's detox, but I think that's all shade coming from
Yeah,
you.
maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit, but nonetheless, this has been another episode of the 6 5 Show. Thank y'all for rocking
Yay!
with us. Yeah, check back next week. More guests, more hyper tight, more perspective.
Yeah,
Peace
it's
and
lit.
love.
Bye.
Peace.